The Taiwan Strait is a narrow body of water. It separates the island of Taiwan from continental Asia. For decades, this strait has been a significant area of international interest. It represents a complex intersection of political claims, economic routes, and military strategies. The status of Taiwan, and by extension the strait, remains one of the most sensitive issues in global affairs. Powers around the world watch developments here very closely. Any shift in the delicate balance within this region can have far-reaching consequences for international stability. The waters are often turbulent, both literally and metaphorically. This waterway is critically important for global trade. A large volume of international shipping passes through it daily. These ships carry goods vital to economies across the globe. Beyond commerce, the strait holds immense military and strategic value. Control or significant influence over this passage offers considerable advantages. It can affect naval deployments and regional power projection. Therefore, nations with interests in the Indo-Pacific region pay constant attention to activities within and around the strait. The strategic calculations involving this area are complex and constantly evolving. Understanding its importance is key to understanding regional tensions. The historical context of the Taiwan Strait's current situation is rooted in the Chinese Civil War. After the conflict, the defeated Republic of China government retreated to Taiwan in 1949. The victorious communists established the People's Republic of China on the mainland. In recent months, the skies above and near the Taiwan Strait have become increasingly crowded and dangerous. There have been several alarming near-miss incidents involving military aircraft from the United States and China. These close encounters occurred as both nations increased their aerial patrols and surveillance missions in the sensitive region. Each event underscores the growing risk of an accidental clash that could rapidly escalate into a more significant conflict. These are not isolated occurrences but part of a worrying pattern of heightened military interaction. The frequency of these near misses is a cause for serious concern among military analysts and policymakers. They often involve aircraft coming within dangerously close proximity, sometimes just a few hundred feet apart. Such proximity at high speeds leaves very little margin for error. A slight misjudgment by a pilot, a technical malfunction, or a misunderstanding of intent could have catastrophic consequences. The increased tempo of military flights means more chances for such dangerous interactions. The tension in the cockpit mirrors the tension between the nations. Each near miss serves as a stark reminder of the stakes involved. These aerial encounters are a direct reflection of the broader geopolitical contest unfolding in the Indo-Pacific. China has significantly increased the scale and complexity of its Air Force patrols around Taiwan. The United States, in turn, conducts freedom of navigation operations and surveillance flights. The result is an increasingly congested and contested airspace. The United States has increased its military presence in the Indo-Pacific. This is a response to China's growing assertiveness. The U.S. aims to project strength and stability, deploying more naval assets and air power. Forward-deployed forces act as a deterrent, signaling U.S. commitment to regional security, strengthening alliances and partnerships. The American military footprint is more pronounced, deterring aggression and reassuring allies, especially against China, particularly Taiwan, demonstrating capability and willingness to act, reassuring allies and partners, nations like Japan, South Korea, Australia, and Taiwan, bolstering their confidence and collective security, maintaining a favorable balance of power, conducting regular joint military exercises, enhancing interoperability, ensuring effective joint operations, sending a message of collective resolve to China, involving complex scenarios like maritime security, often in significant areas like the South China Sea, demonstrating U.S. commitment to regional stability, including defense support to Taiwan. Section 4. China's ascendant might, regional ambitions, and military maneuvers. China's military has undergone a rapid and extensive modernization program over the past 2 decades. This transformation has equipped the People's Liberation Army, or PLA, with increasingly sophisticated capabilities. The PLA Navy, Air Force, and Rocket Force now possess advanced warships, stealth fighters, and long-range missiles. Beijing has significantly increased its military activities in areas it considers strategically vital, most notably around Taiwan. These activities include large-scale military exercises that appear to simulate an invasion of the island. These maneuvers are designed to intimidate Taiwan and signal China's determination to achieve unification. They also test the PLA's growing capabilities. From Beijing's perspective, Taiwan is an inalienable part of China. It views Taiwan's continued separation as a relic of past humiliations and a challenge to its national sovereignty. Chinese leaders have consistently stated their preference for peaceful reunification. However, they have never renounced the use of force. They warn the United States and other external powers against interfering in what they deem a purely internal matter. Beyond Taiwan, China's growing military might supports its broader regional ambitions. Beijing has asserted expansive territorial claims in the South China Sea, building and militarizing artificial islands. This has led to disputes with several Southeast Asian nations, including the Philippines. The United States has accused China of deploying offensive weapons in these contested waters, challenging freedom of navigation. China, however, maintains its actions are lawful and intended to safeguard its sovereign rights. Section 5. Taiwan's crucial role: technology, strategy, and sovereignty. Taiwan holds a position of immense strategic importance that extends far beyond its geographical size. One of its most critical contributions to the global economy lies in its dominance of the semiconductor industry. Taiwanese companies, particularly Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, or TSMC, produce the vast majority of the world's most advanced microchips. These chips are essential components in countless modern technologies. They power everything from smartphones and computers to advanced weapon systems and artificial intelligence. Control over this manufacturing capability would grant any nation enormous economic leverage and technological superiority. This makes Taiwan a coveted prize. If China were to gain control over Taiwan, the strategic and economic implications would be profound. Beijing would instantly command the heart of the global semiconductor supply chain. This could significantly enhance China's technological advancement and its ability to influence global industries. Strategically, Taiwan's location is also vital. It sits at a key point in the first island chain. This chain is seen by military planners as a barrier to China's naval access to the wider Pacific Ocean. Securing Taiwan would allow China to project its power much further eastward. It would fundamentally alter the security landscape of the Western Pacific. In response to the increasing military pressure from mainland China, Taiwan has been urgently bolstering its own defense capabilities. The island nation is investing heavily in modernizing its armed forces. Section 6. Expert perspectives: assessing risks and potential consequences. Experts express deep concern about escalating tensions surrounding Taiwan. Evelyn Farkas highlights the global repercussions of a potential conflict. A war would disrupt global trade and technology supply. Taiwan's semiconductor dominance is crucial. Economic shockwaves could trigger a global recession. Strategic consequences could reshape Asia's power balance. Analysts warn of high miscalculation risks. Increased military presence heightens incident risks. Accidental exchanges could escalate quickly. Lack of crisis communication exacerbates danger. Experts stress the possibility of major conflict. The situation is often described as a tinderbox. Tensions over Taiwan occur within strained US-China relations. Ongoing trade disputes create friction. Recent US policies have further angered Beijing. Diplomacy in the shadow of conflict. Robust diplomatic efforts are urgently needed. De-escalating tensions in the Taiwan Strait is a top priority. Open channels of communication are essential. Diplomacy offers a pathway away from conflict. The stakes are too high to neglect diplomatic avenues. Clear communication channels can prevent accidental clashes. The international community must foster peace and stability.